Teach them early so they never have to learn it the hard way. Teach them to save, to plan, to tell the truth, to take responsibility. Teach them to aim high and to endure failure without bitterness. Teach them that discipline is not punishment, it is the price of dignity. Because dignity, like wealth, cannot be given. It must be earned daily through ordered behavior. And when you do that, when you raise a child you can respect, a family that respects itself, a life governed by truth, you create something rare, peace. Not comfort, not ease. Peace, the quiet confidence that comes from living rightly. So take up this rule with reverence, meaning lives at the boundary, the line where order meets chaos, where courage meets the unknown. That's where the hero walks. That's where life is vivid. That's where God lives, psychologically speaking, in the border between what you understand and what you don't. So walk there. Not too far into chaos or you'll be torn apart. Not too deep into order or you'll fossilize. Walk the line, the narrow path of balance, discipline, and awe. That's what the cross symbolizes. Not merely suffering, but the voluntary bearing of suffering. The cross is the intersection of chaos and order. To carry it willingly is to redeem existence itself. Now, let's bring this down from the metaphysical to the practical, because meaning must manifest in action. When you rise each morning and choose discipline over ease, you are participating in the eternal battle between chaos and order. When you speak truth in a room of lies, you are realigning the moral structure of the world. When you save instead of spending, learn instead of distracting, forgive instead of resenting, you are literally repairing the fabric of being. Every act of responsibility, no matter how small, pushes back against entropy. That's not metaphor, it's metaphysical law. And here's the astonishing part. The universe seems to respond. The person who acts as though truth matters begins to notice opportunities appear that were invisible before. Relationships deepen. Work becomes purposeful. Even suffering becomes meaningful. Because now you're not a victim. You're a participant. You've taken your rightful place in the story of the world. That's why despair is not an emotion, but a moral orientation. Despair says, nothing I do matters. Responsibility says, everything I do matters. One leads to nihilism, the other to transcendence. And that, ultimately, is what these rules teach, not how to avoid chaos, but how to confront it with enough courage that it becomes the raw material of meaning. You will fail. Of course you will. You'll break your rules, betray your values, fall back into weakness. But failure approached rightly is not the end. It's instruction. Each collapse shows you where the foundation is weak, where truth must be strengthened. You must forgive yourself, but not absolve yourself.